My husband changed his mind about kids and I don't know what to do. 28F, 29M. I'm struggling. Me and my husband finally got married after being in a relationship for more than 10 years. I have always been very clear on where I stand. I wanted to have kids. I've always wanted to have kids, and for that reason I asked multiple times throughout our relationship if he wanted to have kids as well, and the answer was, yay, I want kids but not at this moment. We met in high school and both of us went to college, so we were both focused on our future careers, and to me it made sense. Fast forward. We had a lengthy discussion about me coming off birth control finally and start trying in the following months. I go off birth control and we wanted to wait a while before trying right away to regulate my hormones. We decided to get married as we didn't know what more we were waiting for. Now to last night. I brought up the fact that I would like to start trying for a baby, and he now tells me that he doesn't know if he's ready for a baby. I asked, what is making you feel like you aren't ready? Or what would make you feel like you are ready? And his answer, I don't know if I will ever be. I'm not sure if I really want to have kids. I felt like my life had blown up into pieces. I never wanted to put anyone in this position. I understand that not everyone wanted to have kids and I respect that. I tried so hard to give him the opportunity to tell me how he truly felt and I feel lied to. He tells me it's about the what ifs, something with the baby, me or him. But I tell him that we could go through every single what if, but we can't tell what we would do until we are actually in that situation. After 2 hours of tears and a conversation that just kept going in circles, I needed to leave and go for a drive. I just needed space and get air and away from the house. Before I could leave, he stopped me and asked, so what you're saying is that I either lose you or have a baby? I just looked at him and said, I don't know how to answer that. I never wanted you to have to make that choice. And I left for an hour. I called my aunt. She is extremely objective and never just blindly takes my side, and spoke to her for an hour. I cried some more and she told me to go home and express my love to my husband and try to work out a plan that could calm some of his fears. I did what she advised, but there's a huge shift. We don't ever sleep holding each other as I sleep very hot, but he couldn't sleep without having a hand or leg touching me at all times. Almost like he needed to know I was still next to him. I just feel broken. My eyes have bags under them, my body feels so heavy and I just feel numb to everything. I don't feel like eating as this was a huge deal breaker to me. I mentioned that we should both do genetic testing for ourselves and the possibility of therapy, but truly I don't know if either will help resolve any of his anxiety. You are young enough to start a family with someone else. This is the deal breaker. Don't cave into him. He should not have children that he doesn't want. You should have children that you want. It's as simple as that. This advice might sound like a slap to the face, but please hear it all out. Don't have kids with someone who doesn't wholeheartedly want them. He probably never wanted kids and misrepresented it to you because he figures you wouldn't leave him over it after so much time. You have to consider what you want, and if you do end up staying and he agrees to have kids with you, how present and resentful of a father do you think you'll be? I know I never want kids, so I don't bother talking to women that want them. He should have done the same. Separate. You can't compromise on children. Meet and date a wide variety of men to find a compatible partner who wants the future you want. We decided to get married as we didn't know what more we were waiting for. Next time, get married because you want to build a legal, economic, financial, and social commitment and life together. I never wanted to put anyone in this position. You didn't put him in this position. He made his own choices and put himself there. But understand that he is not the one who has to choose. He already has everything he wants. If you want children, you are the one who has to choose to leave and have children without him. Ah, the old bait and switch. He thinks he'll just cave now you have a ring on your finger, but if this is your deal breaker, he's not the one for you either. He is never going to be completely ready. There's always something unexpected that may happen. If at the end of the day he decides that he does not want children, there is nothing that you can say that will make him change his mind. I do think you should talk about this more, however. Perhaps he is very afraid of the unknown. Understandable. Yeah, I am not buying that he changed his mind. I think he thought you'd change yours because he would have come to you proactively and talked to you if he was changing his mind. I'm 26M. Losing the love of my life. 24F. Because my mother doesn't approve our relationship? Correction. Losing. I've fallen in love with a woman who feels like a gift I never expected. She's beautiful, smart, and funny, but beyond all that, she has the kindest soul I've ever known. She sees the best in me, even when I struggle to see it myself. No one has ever treated me the way she does, with so much love, patience, and sincerity. She came into my life when I was going through a dark time. She didn't just help me through my depression, she saved me. Her presence has brought me light in ways I didn't think were possible. Yes, like anyone, she has flaws, and we've had our share of disagreements, but nothing has ever made me question the way I feel about her. She has a past. She was previously married and has a child. But to me, that doesn't make her less. If anything, it shows her strength, her resilience, and her ability to love deeply. Unfortunately, my mother doesn't see it that way. She's a very devout Christian and holds tight to traditional beliefs. Because of that, she doesn't approve of the relationship and believes I can find someone better, and she told me she'll look me down if I keep the relationship. Her opinion matters a lot to me. She's played a huge role in shaping who I am, and it hurts to feel caught between the woman I love and the mother who raised me. But here's what I know. This woman makes me feel seen, valued, and genuinely loved. My family never has done 1% what she does for me. The way she greets me with that glowing smile and excitement, like a child seeing the ice cream truck coming down the street, boy, is something that fills my heart every time. I can't imagine my life without her. If I break up with her, I know no one will ever love me like her. I feel stuck, torn between honoring my mother's wishes and following my own heart. I'm a Christian too, but I believe love, grace, and compassion should lead our choices, not judgment of the past. I didn't plan for this to happen, but it did. And I truly believe she's the one. I just wish I knew what to do, how to keep the woman I love without breaking my mother's heart. You are a 26-year-old adult and still looking for mom's approval? This is your life and future we're talking about. Grow a pair. If you're not prepared to stand up to your mom, do this woman a favor and break up with her. Set her free to go find someone who can be a good partner to her. You're dooming her and her child to a life of misery with your mom judging them. Your mother might have raised you, but she doesn't own you. Only you know who's right for you. The woman she doesn't like may be a gift from God to you. Are you sure you will meet anyone your mother will approve of? This is about your mom wanting to control you. Maybe she is dodging a bullet. A husband with mommy issues. She'd be a regular on the Just No Mill subreddit. Your mom will get over it when she sees she can't bully you into the life she wants for you over the life you want for yourself. 36M. Feel jealous of my wife's 37F workload balance? I want to preface with, my wife and I are best friends, great partners, rarely fight, and we are generally good communicators. I plan on talking to her about this, but just want to get a feel if I'm out of line so I can structure the conversation in a healthy way. Some context: wife and I both work full-time, similar schedules. We have 2 kids, 4 and 6, both in school 9 hours a day. I do morning routine around 6:30 a.m. with the kids and drop off. She does pick up and generally gets dinner going in the evenings. We alternate bath and bedtime routines and nightly cleanup in the evenings. So on weekdays we're both doing something for the family or household from 6:30 a.m. 8:30 p.m. But lately my wife has been doing more weeknight and weekend work-related events. They're more social, since her job involves an almost sales-like relationships with clients. I asked a couple weeks ago if I would be able to come to some of them, and she sounded like she was on board if we could find a sitter, but she hasn't asked me if I want to go to any of them since. She's also politically active in a group that meets once a month or so and volunteers for an organization that maintains green space, and she's involved in the school PTO. I always called it PTHE asshole, but apparently it's PTO now? That's where I'm conflicted. I know she's technically working and doing things that are ultimately good for her, the family, and society. But while she's getting dressed up, socializing, getting to drink, eating prepared food, going on a group hike, etc., I'm at home taking on both kids and the household. And when we switch off on the weekend, the work that I do that's extra, while she takes on both kids and everyday household stuff, is putting a new roof on the garage, sanding and finishing the hardwood floors, replacing the water heater, demoing and rebuilding a bathroom, fixing broken shit in our 100-year-old house. There's nothing fun or glorious about it. I don't have a good time doing it. I feel mentally and physically exhausted when I'm done, and then the weekend is over, it's right back to my regular job. It's like, yes, technically both are work and both are contributing to the family and household and being good Samaritans, but I feel like I never get a break while I view the extra work that she does as the break I want. How can I navigate this conversation without diminishing her work? It's not like there's even anything that can be fixed. Both of us are doing the things we need to for the family. We don't have much wiggle room for spare time to give or take. Did you work on getting a sitter so you can go with her? I suggest finding that babysitter and getting out of the house with your wife. Those networking events are still work, so do something else together. But put forth the effort to hire a babysitter. She is still working, she still has to be on. But it does sound like she gets more recreation time in as well, right? Maybe rather than seeing if you can go to her work events, why don't you ask for a night off here and there to do what you want? And also, in the interest of a healthy relationship, a night here and there where you get to go out together, not for her work. In other words, date night. So why didn't you find a sitter? She's still working. If the field she has chosen has more of the work you want, that's not her fault. This is a weird post, to be honest. Sounds like you are the one deciding to do the things you don't like. What does it have to do with your wife? Stop work on the house and find a contractor to do it. I 30F found out I was his 32M second choice. For context, I got back together with my ex last November. We were together for 5 months in 2022 but broke up amicably because he went abroad on sabbatical. I missed him relentlessly in the time we were apart, even though I did every healthy thing one could do to move forward. I initiated us meeting again last June because I needed to know whether he wanted to give us a shot. He did, and we gradually got back together in November. We've been extremely happy and he's expressed serious intentions for us. But I recently learned that when we were talking again, around July, he was pursuing someone else. They had met during his sabbatical, and although she had a boyfriend and lived in a different country, he told her that if she was ever single she should reach out because he felt very strongly for her. It was very evident that had she been available, willing to leave her boyfriend, that my boyfriend would have chose her. It's a heartbreaking realization because he was always my number one. How do I move forward knowing I'm his second choice? If she ever becomes available and hits him up, will he cheat? Leave you? But also, you might have been his second choice then but first choice now. You'll need to talk to him. I'm genuinely sorry you're hurting like this. His past doesn't dictate your future, though. Grab a friend and plan something fun for this weekend. Remind yourself there's always joy ahead, even if it's tough to see now. If some is broken up with then finds a new relationship, is that person the second choice as they don't choose to end the previous relationship? You can't think like that. It didn't work between them and might not have done. It's all hypothetical. Your happy relationship is real and you should focus on that. I'm sure he has met plenty of people he wanted to date at some time. Before you and after you. If any of those stuck, he would be with them now. I am not understanding the issue. He is dating you now. Doesn't mean that you are a second choice. The only thing it means is that he chose you. If this is really bothering you though, just talk to him about his it makes you feel. Ask questions about how he feels about the other woman. I would have a conversation with him about your concerns. About feeling second best. About wondering if he would stay with you if she reappeared and was single. About now feeling insecure in the relationship. How he responds will give you knowledge and insight on what would be best for you moving forward. Honestly, you give the impression of being the one to strongly pursue the relationship. He went along with it because he liked you well enough and his dream girl wasn't available. Maybe his feelings have grown, or maybe you're a placeholder. You're going to need to ask tough questions and do some serious reflection to decide. He was your ex for a reason. Sounds like you were his rebound from this other relationship. Exes should remain in the rearview mirror. There were valid reasons why you broke up. How do you move forward? You move on. Never allow yourself to be in this position.